What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. In the last video, y'all saw I took apart the front end and cleaned up the cross member, and I cleaned up and painted the rear diff. I painted the cross member as well. Few things have changed since that video. In the video, y'all saw I painted them black, but I did go ahead and change it. Let me see, to this. I don't know how well you can see, but I changed it to this like silverish color. Um, it's actually like gloss aluminum. I got it from, I sent them Rust-Oleum can. It's this right here. It's just some spray, some Rust-Oleum professional high performance enamel. Some pretty good stuff. Bonds well. I do use a primer and everything, but I used that on a project a little bit ago, and I really liked how it came out. It was black is what I used. So I decided to check out what other colors they have to see, and I came across that and I really liked it. I feel like that, with the way that I'm going to be painting the actual truck once it's get to that point, is going to look real good, as well as with the frame, the actual frame of the truck. I'm going to be painting white, so that white and then the accents of that aluminum with the color of the truck that I'm going to be doing, I feel like that's going to look real good. I did also get new trailing arms, because I started cleaning up my old ones that came off the truck, and they were shot. Rust was, they were split about it. There was like an inch gap, like it right here. There's no space right there, but on mine there was about an inch gap. I could fit my finger in it, of where it just swelled and bowed and rust and everything in there. I did take it apart to try to clean it, but there's some real deep pitting and rust completely through. So I figured I better be safe than sorry. I don't want to run nothing and have them fail in the future. Plus, if I went this far to get it all stripped down and as much work as I'm putting into it, I might as well have good parts on it instead of trying to run something, save a couple dollars, and have a catastrophic failure down the line. So I did go ahead and get the new ones on there. Those came from Summit Racing. They're black powder coated right now, but I'm going to be painting those that same aluminum as everything. All the add-ons or whatever you want to call them are all going to be that aluminum color, and then the frame itself will be white. I did also put the 4-inch drop blocks in from Crown Suspension, and because obviously I'm going for a lower vehicle, so I got those in there to help out with getting me lower. And then, as you can see, starting to mock up the step notch, which is actually today's video. So I'm gonna be tackling that. It's a couple of pieces that I gotta work with, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get that started. Step one is complete. Got this rear cross member. Got that out. So now I can go ahead and just mock up the step notch, get that all situated, and start getting that burned in. Plasma cutter is amazing. Probably one of the best purchases, best tools that I've purchased in a long time. It makes getting these rivets out real easy. Cuts through them like butter. And that burn marks or whatever, I'll grind that down and smooth that out. But way easier than cutting them with an angle grinder and then chiseling them out. I hate that because I hate angle grinders. But let me go ahead and continue and start getting this notch mocked up and level and everything, and then I can burn it in. so I didn't get as far as I wanted. I got to call it quits for today and got to go get my wife and daughter. It took a lot longer than I planned, but I did a lot of measuring because I wanted to get it as perfect as possible. I think I got it as good as I can. So from here to here on each side, it was 26 and 5/8 or 25 and 5/8, either one, whatever it was, they matched up perfect. Everything's level and all that. So I did start getting a little bit burned in, and then the whole size is tacked. But so I'm gonna call it a quit for tonight, and then I'll be back tomorrow to finish up burning everything in. She sick, she wants, she nothing in love. Okay, so I just made a quick mistake. Well, not necessarily quick, but I just made a mistake. I welded that inside. That inside doesn't need to be welded because I'm going to cut the inside out and then there's a plate that goes there. Not a big deal. I can cut it and grind it, but I didn't need to weld that side. So, waste of wire, waste of time, but whatever. Mistake, potentially catastrophic, not really, but kind of, but who knows. Anyway, I was originally thinking that these thinner parts are for the outside, but they're actually for the inside. These thicker boys, I think, are for the outside. I clamped this together so this space is very narrow. See, that's off by like a ½ inch. I mean, of course, there's some warpage and everything. So I gotta spread this out to get to this width. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that yet. Yeah, so that's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta figure out. I might just use a big ass wrench. And bend it. I don't have anything that I can use to get in there and spread it, like an expander or some kind of whatever you want to call it. So this should be fun to figure out. Yeah, but I mean, that's what happens. My first time doing a step notch, so it's all learning, but I get it figured out. Okay, so update to the update. I got it right the first time. I am correct. So the thinner ones do go on the outside. See, that's a perfect fit. I mean, minus the space right there because I didn't use the full one. But see, it matches up with the top piece, which is thinner, and then this thick boy right here matches up to the bottom part. So the base or whatever is wider. So I got it right, so that's good. Crisis avoided. So yeah, let me go ahead and finish up this right one, and then I can be done with the right one, and then all I got to do is the left side or the driver's side. Alright, so I got one side all fitted and tacked up. These kits that you buy, the laser cut one, they're not 100%, obviously, because frames twist and warp and dips and bows, and depending on where you position it and they position it, and there's a lot of factors that go into play. So there's not 100% just put it on and it fits perfect and everything. So you will have to massage and maneuver and manipulate and all of that. But I got everything pretty much put in on one side. Everything's all tacked up. Fit pretty, I mean, it fits pretty good. As you see, it was a lot of work in the video. I got some parts that I gotta fill in just because I grinded too much and everything. And anyway, it's a whole thing. But so I got that one all tacked up and put together. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the other one off camera, just because that was a lot of recording, and it's the same process on the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the other side, and then I'll be back with y'all once I start welding up everything and get the cutting of the center section off. So yeah. So I got the braces in the notch all finished up and welded. They look pretty good. These are 2-inch wide 3/16 tube that I got from my local metal supply shop, and I think it fits real good, the beefiness of it with the rest of the brace, and it's solid. I don't have that sway back and forth that you obviously get when you take out those two cross members. So I mean, I think it came out pretty good. It was a lot of work, and welding upside down is not easy at all. That little bandsaw, Harbor Freight special, I got it $90 on one of their sales, or $80 actually on one of the sales. Perfect. I love it. I mean, great tool to have. I didn't know when I would need it, but I bought it because it was on sale, and it's come in handy a couple of times. But now, as far as the notch and everything, all I gotta do now is lob off the middle on each side and then close up the notch. I'm gonna paint the inside with some primer and everything just to help out rust or whatever, but lob off that center section, paint the inside of the notch, and then close it up, and the notch is done. Alright, so I got the center section cut out on both sides finally. I ended up using a combination of the angle grinder and the plasma cutter, even though I said I wasn't going to use the plasma cutter. I use the angle grinder along the sides right here to get that perfect line, so I'm not cutting into the notch itself with the plasma. And then just along the cuts, the straight cuts right here, I use the plasma to cut that out. I started with the angle grinder at the bottom on one side, and it was just real sketch having that above my head. I didn't like that death wheel spinning above my face. Just in case it kicked and I dropped it or anything, would have been a disaster. So I pulled out the plasma and got that knocked out. The thing about the plasma, it works great, but in tight areas, if you don't get the right angle of it, that slag, when you're blowing it out the one side, it tends to pull up and just re-weld back what you just cut out. So you got to have that perfect angle to blow the slag out that you just melted. But other than that, it'll work. It works perfect. I did go ahead and, I don't know if y'all can see. Nah, can't see, it's dark. I did go ahead and spray primer on the inside of the notch, just to help mitigate any rust or anything like that, before I go ahead and box it in, because there will be open sections on one side that I have to leave open so that I can put the drill a hole and put the bag in, bag mount, be able to get to a screw for the top of the bag. And that'll go, I believe it's this, I think it's gonna go right here. So this side will always remain open. But while that paint's dry, I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning up a little bit. Get all this, well, get all of this metal shavings and dust and everything out of here. Let that dry, and then when I come back, I'll go ahead and weld up the rest of the stuff, and then I'll call it a day. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna just call it a day right now. I mean, it's just me welding. Y'all don't need to see me weld. Y'all already saw a whole lot of welding. But anyway, so with that said, I appreciate y'all checking out my channel. Let me give y'all a quick view. Minus the box in, this is how it looks. Everything's good. But yeah, again, appreciate y'all checking out my channel. I appreciate y'all rocking with me on this journey. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, anything. And until the next video, I'll catch y'all later.